Okay, we're moving right along. The next step here, we do have all of our rails installed. And you'll notice that up at the top we do have some MLPEs installed, and that stands for Module Level Power Electronics. We certainly don't want to forget to put those on before we install our solar modules. Tyler's going to demonstrate the process. We do have a little mount for them, so it's basically a little bracket that will hold them in place onto the rails right there. And it's really simply just a channel nut and a little bolt. And so what he's going to do is, in this snap and rack system, simply insert it into the rail. But the nice thing is, in the previous step, we have made marks on the rails where the edges of the modules are going to be. And so he knows that we can simply kind of, in the middle of that, snap in this mount. And it's as simple as that, and there it snaps in, and that's one of the reasons why they call this snap and rack. We do have the ability to adjust it a little bit from side to side, as long as it stays underneath that specific module that's going to be over it. And again, in this particular case, it is one optimizer per solar module here. Now, we'll notice that there's a little slot, and that slot is to slide the bolt right in. There is a big thick washer on there, and we're going to take a little bit closer of a look at that. The big thick washer goes underneath to create a little space between the rail and the optimizer itself. Now he's able to use the impact driver, tighten it in, and you'll notice that he checked it. He, shaking it and making sure it's not going to move around, very important to the step. And next, we can go ahead and put another one in there. Same process here. We're going ahead and putting the mount in. And this becomes a quick process on the roof. The more and more you do of all of these steps that we're going over, the faster you get with the whole process. You'll notice that it just takes a couple of seconds there. Very important to note, after all of the optimizers have been placed, or other potential MLPE, module level power electronics, such as it could be microinverters as well, there's always a sticker on them. And let's zoom in really quick and take a look at that sticker. It's on the top of it, and what we want to do is remove that sticker. It's actually a removable sticker, so that we can designate on a map specifically where each of these module level power electronics are going, so that we can build a computerized model and know exactly the position of every solar module in the system. And that way, what it does is it allows us the ability for a fantastic monitoring approach. Jerry's going to go ahead and show us really quick an example of a power level electronics map right here. And this is showing the roof there, and it is showing the position of each of these optimizers on the roof. So excellent.